I
Oh,
don't know
good.
why we had that redundant Ethernet.
Really?
But you know what? I'm not, I have no idea why that was there, but it is
Yeah.
working. And I
Right.
have no idea yet if, say that again?
No, I was just wanting to make sure you plug things in because you're going to take an Ethernet cable from the cable modem. You're going to take that big garish black cable, which is called coax, from where the old Verizon hardware was, and then plugging it into the new modem. And then from the new modem, you're going to take the Ethernet and plug it into the Arrow, and you should be good. Is that what's done?
Yeah, except for one thing. When I pulled the new modem out of the box and realized there was only one Ethernet connection in the back,
Right.
my first reaction was, shoot, I bought the wrong one
No, you
because we
didn't.
currently have two
Right.
Ethernet cords.
Right.
So, so what I did rather than plug in the new one is because at that point I'm like, oh my gosh, could this be the cause of the problem? Having two Ethernet cords, one being to nowhere,
Right.
one just being a circular connection
Right.
for no good reason. I
Right.
wanted to see if that could have been causing the problem in the
No.
first place.
No. I think that other. I forgot where that other Ethernet goes. I think it was your TV or some other. Oh no, your Blu-ray player.
No, it never. It went literally. One of them went from the back of from the back of the Frontier box to the Aeros box,
Right.
and the other one went from the other Ethernet port in the Aeros box to another available Ethernet port in the FiOS box,
Right.
in the Frontier box. So it was like for no good reason, we had two Ethernet connections from the Frontier box to
Weird.
the Aeros router.
Well, that's weird.
You know what I mean?
I,
I think we only needed one of those,
I don't.
but we had two.
I can't possibly remember exactly what you had going on, but what I can say is, you should. If you need to have more ports, you could add another $20 switch to the Arrow, and then you could plug in another 5 or 6 devices if you wanted.
Right, but I don't think we need any more.
Right. No.
And so my question was, could having the two of them going, we had two connections,
Right.
like one of which was redundant,
Right.
and could that have been causing the problem?
I don't
And so,
visually. I
go
don't
ahead.
remember what was going where, but I'm pretty sure. I think what you're talking about is, are you asking if one Ethernet cable was going back to the same box?
Yeah, we had two redundant. Okay, there were. I tried to send a picture, but if you look at the back of the Frontier box, it
Right.
has, of course, like you just said, multiple Ethernet outputs.
Yeah.
We had one Ethernet output from that to the Aeros box,
Right.
and then we had another Ethernet output
I
to
don't
the
remember.
Aeros box.
I don't remember where it went. I don't remember at this point.
Yeah, and I'm like, why do we have two of these? And I never questioned it before, so I just pulled one of them out and plugged everything back in, and I thought, let's just see if this solves the problem.
Don't remember.
Because if it solves the problem,
Yeah.
I will feel better.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
Yes.
I'll feel like, go ahead.
Yes. No, I'm in agreement. Yes.
It'll be like, man, if that solves the problem, I'll be really happy. So I had everything ready. I
Yes.
literally had the new cable plugged in. I had the new power plugged in. I was all ready to turn on the battery
Yeah.
because I turned off the whole thing to
Right.
start, and then I looked and I thought, oh my God, why did we have two in the first place? So rather than plug in the new one, I just had to satisfy myself by plugging the old hardware back in to see if that solved the problem. Because
Right.
I'll be happy if and if it keeps going down, then I'll just go back and plug in the new one. But
Oh, you still haven't replaced the cable modem?
no, because
Okay.
I'm dying of curiosity.
All right.
Like now that I have the redundant, because now that I mean,
Right.
I'll never know the answer.
Right. Yeah. No. That's how I do things too. I do like to make sure I know what the issue is. So you're what that technical term is called a loopback. You're thinking maybe there was an Ethernet cable plugged both ends plugged it back into the same device, which could, yes, potentially cause random drop-offs.
Right.
Yes.
And so that's what I'm thinking could have been the issue.
I don't
And,
remember seeing that, and it's usually, I mean, obviously I make mistakes all the time, but that's not something I would normally expect myself to make a mistake on. I would have expected myself to look for something like that. So, as far as I can remember, I thought you had a Blu-ray player and a TV. Those are
We
the
have we have the FiOS TV box,
yes,
the set-top box. We
yes.
have the Apple TV,
Oh, the Apple TV, right,
and yep, and then that's it.
right,
And the Apple TV is working, fine. I'm
right,
sure at some point, and we eliminated the Fire TV. It was gone
right.
completely. I'm
Yeah,
guessing that one used to go to the Fire TV, and I'm not even gonna worry. Like you were. You noted it when you were here the other day. You're like, oh, you labeled them.
right,
And I did label them. And who the heck knows? I mean, we had so much going on that first day. We
right,
eliminated the switch box that was going to the Fire TV.
right.
We eliminated. I don't think there was ever. I think I look at the back of the Apple TV and there's literally a plug and nothing in one other thing, and
Right.
so it never went to the Apple TV. I have a feeling it's just there was a leftover Ethernet, probably from the Fire TV, and we just went click click, and either I did it or we did it or whatever. Neither one of us ever noticed that it was a
Right.
redundant loop,
It
and
might have
that's
been.
easy because we had like spaghetti back there.
I don't
And
remember.
so
I couldn't
by doing
possibly.
this exercise, yeah, well, by doing this exercise, we identified the spaghetti. I labeled the spaghetti.
Right.
I love texting you because then I have, like, you don't even have to respond. It's just that it gives me a
Yes.
documentation zone.
Yes.
And now I'm like, no, I'm not plugging in the new one until I find out if this could possibly have been the issue, because I'm like hell bent on trying to figure out the core issue.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm kind of curious too. And yes, if you just change something out and you don't know with confidence, like I got a friend who gives me grief about potentially replacing parts on an engine. You don't want to just start swapping parts out, multiple parts, and wonder if the one part is what actually fixed it. You do want to you want to pinpoint it to the actual problem before experimenting.
Right.
Or, yeah,
You want to replicate the issue,
right.
and so I thought, no, wait. And I turned everything back off again, put in the
Yeah.
old box, eliminated that one extra loop.
Yes.
And I thought, if this identifies it and it never goes down again, then
Right.
I can't wait to sing hallelujah.
Right.
But if it goes down again, then I'll know the FiOS box is bad. I mean, the Frontier box is bad.
Right.
And I will pack it up and plug in the the Aris, and
Yeah.
I have it sitting back there. I have the box here so I can return it if I need to, whatever. But
Yeah.
this whole exercise, I mean, none of this would have happened if we had not ordered the
Right.
new one
Got
for me
it.
to go back there and mess with it. So it's all good. I'm not whining about anything. I'm actually cautiously optimistic that we
Well,
may have found.
well, you're also more interested in how things are working too. So,
Big time.
yeah,
Because it's like, now I own this. You know what I mean? Like in the house, it's always been somebody else. And now
Right.
it's like, no, back off, people. I got to know this, because
Right.
when you're all back at school and, dad's not here, I got to figure this out. So,
right. Yep.
so I appreciate it. And so I will let you know, but so far so good.
Yeah. Let me know even when it goes down again. Then we'll go about replacing it. But I don't think I remember. I can't honestly say I remember whether or not that mistake could have been made. So.
Yeah. I don't know if it was by you or by me. I mean, I'm
Right.
not assigning blame
Right.
by any
Yeah.
stretch. We had spaghetti in the we had spaghetti in the heater closet.
Right.
We had spaghetti behind the TV.
Yeah.
And you could look at spaghetti forever, and
Right.
it always looks right. And then it particularly looks appropriate when it's all nicely labeled
Got
by
it.
me.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I mean, that could have literally been me. Like unplugging the FiOS box, the Fire TV, and then sticking it back here.
Right.
I have no idea. But the point is, I found a redundant loop.
Yeah. You might have.
And I'm like, why is this even here? And so, and I just wanted to document it because I'm trying to be methodical. And so,
Got it.
if this resolves it, how about this? I'm going to let you know either way. If
Yeah,
it resolves it, or if I turn around and plug in the Aris box.
Right. Got it.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
I couldn't have gotten this far without you, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, most people, they just want their problem to go away. So And
No, I'm dying. I'm
yeah,
like, I need to know so I can, you know, I hate the unpredictability.
got it.
Thank you, Chris, though. I'll keep you filled in, okay?
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All righty. Just another technical conversation I figured might be of use. She has Verizon, I should say, Frontier Internet, and her modem slash router might be what's causing her random drop-offs. But we were talking about what's called a loopback, where you have an Ethernet cable that's going back into one box. I'm pretty sure that's something I would have checked out. But essentially, I was wondering if she has a failing Ethernet cable. Or no, not an Ethernet cable, but her modem slash router from Frontier might be the ultimate reason her machine isn't working reliably, or her internet isn't working reliably. So I told her to go get an Aris modem that's an only modem, not a router combo. That's the other thing. When you take a combination modem and router as one box, having to reset them, sometimes the chip that resets the cable modem and the chip that resets the router are different, and then if the timing is off, you get just reliability issues. So if you have Ethernet plugged into what's a modem only and not a modem slash router, you're potentially going to have a more reliable experience. I do not know at this point, she doesn't know at this point, if her cable slash router modem is from her provider, Frontier, is the ultimate reason why her internet sort of randomly drops off throughout the day, is a bad piece of hardware, or maybe she could have had a loopback. So I figured this would be sort of interesting to anyone who might have similar issues. Make sure you don't have one Ethernet cable coming in, or plugging both ends into one box. That could be a potential problem. I don't think that was her problem. We'll find out in the coming days. I'll check in on her, and we'll know. 855-434-8787. If you've never been here before, I'm just a local IT guy from Los Angeles, California, offering free interaction when I'm not paid to be somewhere else. As you've seen before, I do film my live interactions, sometimes with my customers here at my site. Other times I just take these phone calls and I give them to you. 855-434-8787. Show up in the YouTube chat. If I'm live, you can interact with me here. Otherwise, you can call me at that phone number. It's a recorded line if you want to talk to tech. I'll take that recorded line and I'll probably broadcast it later if it makes sense. See you later.